Welcome back. This high-stakes election is just days away, and I want to allow some of our guests to share their final thoughts and their call to action. So, Brother Crump.
DL, when you think about Project 2025 and the way they have told us what they're going to do to kill the future for our black children, our sister Kamala Harris becoming the president of the United States gives us the best chance for having an equal opportunity at the American promise of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
Michael Ealy.
I think I want to start off by just saying I think we need to stop trying to romanticize elections. I think we have this expectation that we have to be in love with the candidate. And the reality is we don't. What we have to focus on, gentlemen, right here, right now, is we are facing an election for democracy versus a dictatorship. This is perhaps one of the most fundamentally easy elections to kind of discern which way you want to go. So we have to teach everybody, we have to talk to our relatives, talk to our friends and family about voting down the ballot and making sure that Vice President Kamala Harris has the Congress that she needs to get legislation passed that's going to give us what we want, that's going to give us the agenda for black men. That's what we have to fight for in this election. So we have to work on that. It's our chance to do that.
Representative Pearson.
Yeah, I mean, look, the time is now. Like, this is it. This is our moment. And generations upon generations of black folk have risen to meet their moment. And this, for black men, is ours. Whether it was W.B. Du Bois and Booker T. Washington rising to meet their moment, whether it was Frederick Douglass rising to meet his moment, whether it was Malcolm X and Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. rising to meet their moment, this is ours. And it is our opportunity to make sure that the future that we want to live in is more possible. And that is why we have to elect Vice President Kamala Harris to the presidency of the United States of America. That's why we have to do this. So this is it. This is our time. This is our moment. Let's win this thing.
Yeah, for sure. Amen. I'm going to be your campaign advisor. That's what I got.
Come on. I need you.
Come on now. I want to make sure we include some of the voices in our audience. Khalil Thompson, what are some of your final thoughts?
So I have an amazing 7-year-old CEO who is my pride and joy. I wonder on Wednesday, November 6th, when she wakes up, I want her to know that this world is still fair, that she still has the opportunity to realize every dream that she has, and it hasn't been diminished. So I ask every brother here, every brother that you have the opportunity when you go into your voting booth, when you vote early, when you do vote by mail or absentee, you are the CEO in this moment. You can either promote or fire any elected official that you want. I believe, as my pastor said, can't tell you who to vote for, I'm telling you who I'm voting for. I'm gonna vote for Vice President Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. But I just need you to go and vote. Participate in this election, be that CEO in that moment, and do your job.
That's it. Want to hear from Quentin James?
Malcolm X told us that the most disrespected, unprotected, and neglected person in this country is a black woman. And we watched Donald Trump call my Howard alum sister, Vice President Kamala Harris, my AKA Divine Nine sister Kamala Harris, a bitch. If that pisses you off, brother, I need you to do one thing. Go to votetolive.org, find out what's on your ballot, where you need to go vote, and actually get a free ride to go vote if you need an Uber to get to the polls. We are providing that for you. Go to votetolive.org. Let's protect our black women and show up to vote.
And of course, I really want to hear from this gentleman, Keith Boykin. What are your final thoughts on this?
Well, first of all, thank you, BET, and thank you, DL, for providing this opportunity for the conversation. And elections are choices. And we have a choice right now. I think this is the clearest choice we've ever seen in a presidential election. On the one hand, we have a man named Donald Trump, who has 34 felony convictions, who has a history of racism, from the Central Park Five to his black casino workers to being sued for racial discrimination in the 1970s, to his lies about Barack Obama's birth certificate, to the fact that he was impeached twice and tried to start an insurrection to prevent the peaceful transfer of power. And on the other hand, we have a talented black woman who started her career as a district attorney, became a state attorney general, became a United States senator, and then became the vice president of the United States, is the most qualified person in this race, perhaps the most qualified person to run for president, because she has experience at the state, local, and federal level. And she also has experience in the judicial branch from working as a prosecutor, and the executive branch from working as the vice president, and the legislative branch from working as a United States senator. Who else has that experience? This is a choice. This is a choice. I just hope that we look at these two people and we choose wisely.
Yes. First off, I'd like to thank you, BET, President BET, and everybody else, and all you gentlemen, because I think this was necessary. I will say this. There is a reason there has never been a female leader of this country. There's a reason there's never been a black female executive of this country. I think because it's very hard. A man gave up power. A white guy, the most powerful man on earth, said, I'm going to give up this power, and I'm going to make sure she has an opportunity to become the first female president of the United States of America. That never has happened before. It is divine presence. It is divine. And it's what we do in this moment, as you said, President Pearson. It is what you said in this moment. It is what we do now that we will judge by. So thank you all very much. I'd like to thank you guys for watching. A shout out to the Black Economic Alliance for their research, for their special. The conversation continues on BET.com and BET Social. Thank you guys. Thank y'all so much.